Hey, so it's this time of the year where I upgrade my girlfriend's desk setup. We now have dedicated office spaces, so this new setup will only be used for work. However, as part of her product manager role, she uses 2 laptops, a Windows machine and a Mac. So let's have a closer look at this dual computer desk setup. Alright, so starting with the desk, Ergonofis gifted us with a brand new sit-stand desk. That's their Shift Desk 2.0. It's a very high-end desk with solid legs that can support up to 300 pounds, and these also feature a 3-stage design for a greater range of motion. This specific unit came with a white frame, but you can go with a black one if you prefer. The controller looks really nice. It is mounted using 4 screws, so it's super solid, and it can store up to 4 height presets, which is great if you want to share the desk with someone else. As for the tabletop, it's a soft touch laminate surface. It has quite a few interesting features, including fingerprint and heat resistance, as well as an antimicrobial protection, and it's made in Canada, which is pretty cool. This laminate surface does not scratch easily, and it's offered in 5 different colors, this one being ice white. It also comes in multiple sizes, either 24 by 48 inches, 30 by 60 like this exact variant that I have, or 30 by 72 for an even wider desk. It's also strong enough to clamp a heavy-duty monitor arm with no issues. My unit came with 2 grommets, which are pretty nice to route cables. These are optional and you can have 0, 1 on either side, or 2 in the color of your choice. I personally use one of them to route the cables that go to the laptops for a cleaner look. I've had a Shift 2.0 for a while for my very own setup, and I've been more than pleased with it. And I'm super happy that my girlfriend will now get to have her own as well. They do have a Black Friday sale that starts on November 12, so now is the best time to get one of their desks. But a clean desk setup isn't clean without proper cable management, and for that, Ergonofis do offer a solution. Their cable management solution is a metal panel with holes and a power strip that you can drill under the desk. This is a separate accessory, but the holes are pre-drilled in the top surface to easily install this additional product. In my case, I had to drill new holes, however, as I wanted to use a heavy-duty monitor arm alongside this wire management system, but it ended up working just fine with new holes. So this product acts as a privacy screen, so it kind of hides part of the underside of the desk. What's great about it is that it can be mounted one way or the other, depending on if you want to hide cables from the front of the desk or the back, so I guess if the back of your desk is visible. It's a super premium product, so it does come at a more premium price, but it works very well and solves multiple problems at once. I also like the 2 larger holes that allow cables to run from one side of the screen to the other without going around it. It's also pretty nice to route cables through the grommets. Then, the smaller holes allow cables to be tied there with Velcro straps or zip ties. Given its shape, it's also great to fit a power strip, and one is actually included, so you have everything to power up your setup. And as a final touch, I added this under-desk power strip that's also offered by Ergonofis. It adds 3 full sockets and 2 USB ports for charging. It is screwed under the desk, so it's holding on super strongly. Okay, now to the monitor setup. So I reused an older monitor of mine, which is the BenQ PD3420U, an ultra-wide IPS monitor that's tailored for designers and professionals. What's great about it is its KVM feature, which allows peripherals and the monitor to be shared between 2 computers. So by switching the video input, the mouse, keyboard, webcam, and microphone reconnect to the computer in use. Super practical. As for the arm, I'm using the great Ergotron HX arm meant for large and heavy monitors. Technically, this monitor would be more than fine with a regular arm, but I had the HX on hand and it feels super premium, here matching with the all-white aesthetic as well. A great option. Given that it's a gas arm, it can also be adjusted on the fly for a perfect placement. As for the laptop, or laptops I should say, I set them up using this maple laptop stand from Ergonofis. Not only does it provide a more ergonomic position for the MacBook, but the second laptop can stay hidden under it for a more pleasing look. In that scenario, the ThinkPad is only used with the external monitor. And you might think, how does one wake up this laptop without opening the lid? So the trick here is that we never fully shut it down. It's instead sleeping, and then I added this macro pad that's always connected to the laptop instead of the KVM, and in that scenario, it can be waken up from sleep super easily without opening the lid. Alright, now to the keyboard. I decided to gift my girlfriend my Keychron Q2, One of the best custom mechanical keyboards in its price range in my view. I paired it with some Lavender switches, didn't bother lubing them as the factory lube on these is pretty good, and then I finished the build with CannonKeys Sugar Plum keycaps, and I think they're a solid match with this desk mat from Banggood. It's a very pretty keyboard in my view, and my girlfriend likes it a lot, so yeah, pretty happy with how it came out. We also have this coiled cable, which is technically navy and not purple, but it's pretty close and matches decently, especially from afar. As for the mouse, we went with the Logitech MX Master 3, a productivity classic. It also matches the keyboard quite well in this mid-gray color. We went with it because it comes with a USB dongle, which can be plugged in the KVM switch so that it automatically reconnects to the computer in use. This mouse is the staple of productivity and ergonomics. It has a side scroll wheel, as well as additional macro buttons. It's an amazing mouse. And for an even more comfortable setup, we have these Carpio 2.0 wrist rests from DeltaHub. We decided to go with the white variants given the overall theme, and the smaller size as my girlfriend has smaller ends. But even for me, these were quite comfortable. They do take some time to get used to, but they're really nice when you do. I got 2 of them, one for each palm, and they can slide between the mouse and keyboard without moving your hand out of them, so that's pretty cool. Okay, as for the microphone, I went with this pencil condenser microphone from Neewer, and it comes with multiple capsules with different pickup patterns, including a hypercardioid one, which is ideal for this use case to isolate the voice from the room sound. It's not perfect, but it does sound pretty good for how far the mic is. So we've got this XLR microphone and it's connected directly to an audio interface from Shure, this one being the X2U. It's a single input interface that's pretty compact, so I can have it up there with only a single USB cable that connects to the computer afterward. Gain is adjustable on the interface directly, and you could also connect headphones to it for direct monitoring or just as an audio output for the computer, but given how high it is, probably not the best idea. These 2 audio devices are mounted using a shock mount for the Rode Video Micro that I already had, and then they're up there using an Elgato desk arm so that the microphone is closer to the source of sound without being in the way. Okay, now to the webcam. So BenQ sent this new DVY31 webcam. It's a 1080p 30fps camera, which I think is definitely good enough for Zoom meetings, and it works over USB 2.0 given those video specs. The image quality is surprisingly good. It has a real glass lens with a fixed focus distance, so the focus never shifts, which can be annoying in some cases. It also has a great dynamic range, highlights are not too washed out, and the image is well balanced. However, it does get choppy at times in Google Meet, not sure why, as it seems to be fine in OBS. This is an early sample, so maybe they can fix this, and if they do, then I would say it's a pretty good webcam. But with the choppy video, it's kind of problematic if you ask me. Alright, so this is a little test of the BenQ DVY31 webcam, and I'm recording the audio externally with the hypercardioid microphone plugged into the XLR audio interface. So yeah, let me know how it looks and sounds in the comments below. And this is another test with the BenQ DVY31 webcam, but this time with its built-in microphones. This webcam has 2 omnidirectional microphones, so I'm looking forward to see how they compare to my external setup. I also added an acoustic panel on the wall, and it happens to match incredibly well with the accent wall in this room. I would technically need more than one, given the quantity of hard surfaces in this room, but I can always add more in the future. This one is from Acoustic Panels Canada, and they offer pretty awesome fabric-wrapped acoustic panels that are also very affordable. This one on the wall is their basic model in the forest color. This one is the most affordable option they have, with the same acoustic properties as their House and Pro lines, but the difference here is that the back isn't covered in fabric. I do have quite a few of them in my own office, which I'll showcase soon, and then 2 other panels in the staircase that connects the 2 offices to help with the echo. These 2 are from the House fabric line, so their back is covered with fabric. Again, super solid panels. They do make quite a bit of a difference in terms of how echoey a room is, and I can definitely recommend them. I bought my own a few years ago, and more recently, Acoustic Panels Canada sent some additional panels to feature on the channel, and I can stand behind these great products. Finally, for some decoration, I installed wall shelves that we had at our previous place. They're super premium, made from steel and real wood by a local company. We really like how they look, and the wood species is birch, So not exactly the same as the maple laptop stand on the desk, but close enough. We added decorative items, as well as a Lego, as my girlfriend studied in civil engineering, and then some prints that she drew on the iPad. Same thing for the prints on the wall, she made all of those, as well as most of the wallpapers that you see in my videos. So I will have a link to her Etsy shop if you're interested. Alright, so that's it for today. My girlfriend is very pleased with this updated desk setup and will enjoy using it in the future. I think it looks very clean, and I particularly like how uncluttered it is for a desk with two computers that can be used almost at the same time. Like I said, I'll probably switch up the pink and purple theme for something more green or teal at some point to better match the rest of the room, but on its own, I think it looks pretty good, especially with that wallpaper my girlfriend made to match. Anyway, I'll have links to all the products showcased in this video down in the description, so feel free to have a look if one of them caught your eye, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye!